inspiring stuff, not only for the teams but for the fans as well, as we get ready for this first T20I between two fantastic sides. Pakistan playing at home and South Africa want to make a point. Quinton de Kock is the breaking news. He's making a comeback. And then Reza Hendricks, Tony Dizossi, who had a wonderful test series, is making his T20I debut. We know Brevis has got loads of potential. He's oozing with talent. Bretsky, and then the captain, keeper captain, Linde, and then Corbin Bosch has got a bit of pace. Williams, Berger, and Ngidi. Pakistan, well, a lot of focus will be on Babar Azam, but they'll be focused on Saim Ayub. He's got fantastic talent, JP, but of late he's been a bit below par.
Yeah, strike rate certainly the talk of the town, just under 100, but he certainly wants to rectify that. And as you mentioned, Babar Azam, he likes this ground, doesn't he? And if ever there was an opportunity to come back into international cricket, this is the one. High-scoring venue, quick outfield. So he will certainly want to make his mark in international cricket again. It's just been under a year since he's been back in international cricket. Rashid Riaz starting in his 45th T20. Asif Yaqub in his 30th T20 international. And from a Pakistan point of view, can they make early inroads on a high-scoring venue? And these two certainly know each other really well. They've played a lot of cricket, international cricket, that to be, and yeah, matches 85. So he's certainly been around quite a bit. Has Reza Hendricks, and I mentioned earlier about the fact that a T20 World Cup is looming just under 3 months, and a few opportunities for guys to stake a claim in that 15-man squad. None different than that man at your screen, Quinton de Kock, the leading run scorer for the Proteas in T20 internationals. And he's got a formidable record, strike rate a shade under 140. And you certainly want to hit the ground running here again in international cricket.
Yeah, he's a strike force, Quinton de Kock. Shaheen Afridi is a strike force with the ball. How many times we've seen him to demolish the opposition, to get Pakistan off to a great start in his first over. So watch out for the first or two deliveries to a right-hander. He obviously aims for that in-swinging slant. 22 wickets in the first over for Shaheen Shah Afridi. Has made a statement very often. One slip in place, 3 men in the circle on the leg side, 3 on the off. And we are good to go. And a smash gets off the mark. It's a fast outfield, little bit of width, and put away nicely for 3. If they run well, it'll be 3. So 3 runs taken. Just a little trailer glimpse of things to come. Even a half form can get you plenty of runs on this feather of a wicket.
At the helm, Donovan Ferreira spoke about the aggressive nature that he wants to encourage. And this ball certainly off to a fly is Reza Hendricks. All eyes on that man, Quinton de Kock. He's played 1 game already against Namibia a few weeks back. He'll certainly want to be putting his best foot forward here.
Oh, that jag back quite extensively. What a delivery. Welcome back delivery to Quinton de Kock. Obviously got stunned by the extravagant movement there and bounced as well.
Yeah, he would have faced Shaheen Shah Afridi quite a number of times, looking for that away shape to the left-hander. On that occasion, probably just hitting a slight crack. We saw a few cracks on the surface, just angling back nicely.
Cautiously played away for a run. He's off the mark. The First few overs are going to be critical for South Africa, particularly because the openers want to set a great platform here. And so what target to set can play in your mind at times, because as a batting side, batting first, you're never in because you're thinking big all the time. Slower in pace, probably. Variation from Shaheen Shah Afridi, 120 clicks that last ball. That's the other thing you need to understand, the variations on a surface like this, because you're going to be hit massively. The record suggests that it's a high-scoring field and pitch and center. So I guess what you try to do in the first over or two is like you're bowling the last over of your stint. Change into variations, do something different. Beautifully played away into the gap for at least two. The running has been good.
Yeah, we haven't seen the natural shape that we've been accustomed to seeing really from Shaheen Shah Afridi. On that occasion, flirting a little bit fuller, trying to get that shape back into Reza Hendricks, the right-hander. Made the point of margin for error is very small on a surface such as this one, so variation of pace is so critical. One ball left. Can he strike again? As mentioned, 22 wickets in the first over. Can he get 23?
Oh, almost a 23rd. Almost did it. 6 without a wicket.
Just preferring that shape away from the right hand at the minute, and doing it to good effect with Shaheen Shah Afridi. So decent start in the first over.
De Kock in power play go at a strike rate of 143.2 knot. Hendricks 122.77, and he needs to strike form straight away. Naseem Shah been given another opportunity, and he bowls well with the new ball. A natural outswinger. Hasn't played since November 2024, Naseem Shah. Chasing a wide when it's been given a wide. Little circumspect so far, De Kock, but that is natural. You're kind of making a comeback, but he couldn't have asked for a better surface to make an entry.
Yeah, the key is just finding a little bit of momentum in the innings. And momentum creates confidence. And you get one pitched up and just hit through the covers, or a nice pull shot. Something off his hip he really enjoys.
And do a few things with the ball. Naseem Shah. When on song, he's a beautiful bowler to watch. That one stayed the course. Once again, cramping up, not able to read the movement. De Kock. Well established, appointed offside field. There's a slip. There's a third. And then three men in the circle on the offside in the cover area. Oh, beauty. That really is a beautiful delivery. Yeah, he's a natural outswinger. His action allows him to bowl that ball after ball.
Yeah, certainly a hint of movement in the air, but more importantly also a little bit of lateral movement off the surface. And yes, we talk about it being a high-scoring venue. Doesn't seem to have that consistent bounce as yet.
It's a sea change to last we were here during that test match. No sideways movement whatsoever. It was abrasive, brazen, no grass at all. This is a different pitch. He played that test match, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Didn't get a lot of purchase out of it. There's a pickup shot into the gap, and 4. Lovely piece of timing, and played it away from that deep fielder.
Yeah, the replay from Quinton de Kock suggests that he was looking maybe to go a little bit aerial. Just skidded through nicely, gets enough of it, get it behind square, and finds his first boundary. We spoke about momentum, creating confidence. That will certainly aid in the right direction for Quinton de Kock.
Slow ball played away for a run. Great thing about de Kock's batting is that he's good all over. It's not one area that he targets. He's sweet square through the offside and can play that swivel shot, very fluent through the leg side as well. Difficult to cap when he's on form.
And you will know that it's really about understanding conditions, playing to his strengths. Spoke about that pickup on the leg side being a real strength of his, and he's gone to it early on.
Pull shot, that's gone flat for 6. That's the first big strike from South Africa. Proteas are swiftly moving to 20 without a wicket after 2.
Well, it's the momentum that South Africa will certainly be looking for. Errs a little bit on the shorter side. And picks it up beautifully, does Reza Hendricks. He's grown up in the high felt, so plays well off the back foot and capitalizes beautifully.
Just a confirmation of the teams if you've joined us now. Babar Azam and Quinton de Kock. Breaking news for Pakistan and South Africa making an appearance after a gap of a year or so. KFC, the official food partner. That is some bucket. Yeah, it's gone pear-shaped. The slower ball, probably the knuckle ball attempted by Shaheen Shah Afridi. Back of the hand, in fact. But you've got to do this to survive on a surface like this.
Yeah, these days, batters are certainly lining you up in terms of watching footage, understanding what are your go-tos under pressure, what are you relying on. Mixing it up is certainly a critical part of the execution for any bowler in international cricket.
Oh, that slapped. And 4. Little bit of width, shorter in length, and put away.
What I love about this is there's no attempt to hit it down on the ground. Identifies the width very quickly, does Reza Hendricks, and throws the kitchen sink. And 1 bounce 4. We saw the 6 in the previous over, so he's gathering momentum quite nicely.
A real slow ball that's well tackled by the short fine fielder. Abrar was the fielder. Face off, it appears that Afridi is going to back himself on. The back of the hand, cutter in fact, died on the batsman completely. You go with the trueness of the pitch, you've got this right and left hand combination. The field has to shift every time, and Afridi has got to line up now a left-hander who puts it away over the infield. Once again, it's a tough gig for three fielders. Runs away and hits the fence.
You know, often in T20 cricket, you talk about trying to dominate an over if you get boundaries early on. And South Africa has certainly identified that this is an over that they want to try and target. Quinton de Kock has got a couple of boundaries already, and confidence growing in the veteran.
Hardly any sideways movement, so you're on your own really with variations. Oh, that is such a great shot. It made a great sound. The acoustics were absolutely switched on. And it was a terrific sound of the blade.
You feel that Shaheen Shah Afridi will be really disappointed with the inconsistency of line. Yes, we spoke earlier about the change of pace, but importantly, when you don't have a lot of room to work with, got to make sure that you're hitting the stumps more often than not. Straight on the leg side, and now he's straight on the offside.
Wanted to lift it over the infield towards the leg side, misses it. But a heavyweight over for South Africa. They're 35 without a wicket down. Innings off to a great start, South Africa. Rushing Pakistan, 35 without a wicket. So we've got Sam Ayub coming on to bowl. Bit of mystery bowler. And a bowler who's picked up wickets. You see off cutters and leg cutters. Pace off the ball. Let's see how he goes.
Yeah, I think this is really going to be an interesting challenge for South Africa, particularly in the power play. We saw a little bit of grip in the surface with the seamers, particularly in the change-ups. With the right-hand combination, what does Salim Ayub look to do against the right and left-hander? Turning it away, but likely against the left-hander. Are we going to get a little bit of purchase out of this surface?
Now that's gone in a flash. I mean, the bat speed and the poise, the balance. So many good things to like about that shot from Quinton de Kock. And more importantly, JP was talking about rhythm and flow. Well, he seems to have got it now.
Yeah, vintage Quinton de Kock. Any width on offer and he pounces.
The highest power play score here is 113. Australia versus Scotland in history of T20Is. 40 of 3.3. I don't know whether that that record is going to be broken here. Wider are the stumps and airlifted for 4. Once again, great connection. Lovely use of the feet.
Yeah, read the play beautifully as Quinton de Kock. Sam Ayub has attempted the arm balls to no effect up until this point and floats it up beautifully. And Quinton de Kock reads the play. Doesn't quite get all of it, but enough to get the boundary.
Real mid-on, now pushed back to long on. Catch and gone. Outside edge, Saimayu once again does the trick for Pakistan. Of late, he's been kind of the messias. He saves them from big hitting, but picking up wickets, that's a massive blow.
Yeah, great little cameo here from Quinton de Kock. You feel that the option was there. Just stuck a hint in the pitch and gets the outside edge, a thick outside edge of his back. Yep, the disappointment is there. He felt like he had the momentum here today, coming back into international cricket. He goes for 23 of 13. South Africa, 44 for 1.
Newcomer is Tony D'Souza, making his T20I debut. Probably being rewarded for what he achieved in Test cricket. So he knows the conditions. He's the form player. And if you want to have a look at him, keeping your future program in mind, he could be your answer at number 3 maybe. Let's see. Batted so well against spin on tough pitches. He showed resolve and commitment and good technique to go with those. Starts off with a lovely drive. He's off the mark. And after 4, South Africa 1 down now for 45. I wanted to get it over the infield, breaking his wrist, but he found the fielder at point. There's always this longingness to see him back for longer periods of time. He's such a special player, de Kock. Natural, instinctive. Saimayu to the rescue, and Abrar now coming on to bowl from the other end. So spin from both ends. Similar DNA to Saimayu, Abrar Ahmed when it comes to mystery and sleight of hand. Heavily loaded offside field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men in the ring on the offside. Oh, that one kept low and well played in the end.
Yeah, this is always going to be the difficulty. Anticipating with good wickets in Test cricket and thinking that it's going to bounce, but recovers beautifully.
That was the call. That's well fielded. Pakistan need to keep him under pressure, making his debut. Few dots really will help Pakistan to get back on track. Well, that's gone. One bounce probably. Yes, over the fence. His first 4 in T20Is. Picked up the length early.
Yeah, what's impressive is the pause. Just have a look. Yeah, saw that the pace wasn't there. Took a little bit of pace off and adjusted beautifully. Full commitment to the shot. That's the most important thing of that execution.
Hardly any protection on the leg side for Abrar. The field has now been adjusted. You've got a square leg fence. The offside remains pretty much the same. Down the track, catch it is the call. It just goes over the head of the fielder at cover. 50 comes up for South Africa. That's a really good shot.
Yeah, keeping the aggressive nature of the Proteas. Your average power play score here in Pindi in T20 cricket is 54 for 2. So South Africa doing really well here.
Yeah, that was well executed. Committed to that sweep shot and then this inside-out drive over cover. Pretty special. What is he thinking? What is that mind telling him? It works mysteriously in T20 eyes. Batsmen are never happy after hitting a couple of fours. They want more. When he got his fill. That's poor one from Abrar. A half tracker put away for another 4. 58 for 1 after 5.
Yeah, power for South Africa, 13 runs in it. Picks up the length beautifully. Doesn't quite get it out to the middle of the bat, but more importantly, finds the gap. And the confidence continues to grow for Reza Hendricks.
South Africa off to a flyer, 58 for 1. They still have one more over in the power play. Have lost 1 wicket, that of Quinton de Kock, but Pakistan will try and stem the flow of runs. Naseem Shah back with the ball. Change of pace and push through for a single. On the first 5 overs, Amir, the ball has found the fence more than a few occasions now.
Yeah, definitely it's a rollicking start made by a South African in this opening game of 3 ODI series. And the reason why they've been dominating Pakistan bowling attack, they have the ability to score runs of good deliveries. And that is handy in T20 cricket. And once a bowler is hit for boundaries of good deliveries, he's bound to change the line of length, drop it short or ball it fuller, and that's where they've been gaining, hitting the ball into the gaps. Plenty to thank for Pakistani captain.
Super Asia, Pakistan leading home appliance brand. Court said the magic of one touch. Pakistan looking for one themselves at the moment. Yeah, Amir, some of the shots have been quite exemplary to watch. Use of the feet down the track and use of the pace, and that's why Pakistan have gone to the change of pace ploy earlier on as well. Picked up again and finds a fence. And not going Pakistan's way, but South Africa off to a flyer.
It's a fear these two batters have created in the minds of bowlers at the moment, and that's why we see them faltering with their liner lengths. That was a freebie. Too short. Easy pickings. He gained a lot of confidence during that test match series, and he's been given an opportunity in T20 cricket. He's cashing on, looking good. Dizorzi.
Glove down the fence. And that makes matters worse. Once again, far too straight, straying down the leg side, especially with Fine up in the ring, not the line to bowl.
And as a bowler, when you are bowling in Rawalpindi Stadium, especially under lights, the new ball does something for you. But for that, you need to pitch the ball up, not that length. That's batsman friendly. You're hoping against hope. The batsman is going to miss it.
Up and over. Just enough to clear third. And sweeper does well. Zozi picks up a couple. 12 of the over, following up with 13 from the previous over, that of Abrar. And this is now South Africa's highest score in power play in T20 international cricket versus Pakistan. Yeah, good clean-up job on the fence.
Yeah, momentum is with South Africa. And to break that, Pakistanis have to come with something special. Not like that. That was too short once again. He's been all over the place. 16 of the over, it's 74 for 1.
Pakistan are winning the toss and putting South Africa into bat on a surfeit that looked a belter. And South Africa have done themselves some good. Some exemplary shot selection, execution perfect. And the boundaries count 12 fours and 1 big 6. They did lose the 1 wicket, that of Quinton de Kock. Syme picking up that wicket, but the runs kept flowing. The line wasn't too good from Pakistan. And every time they faltered, they paid a price. 6 overs, the power play done. South Africa 74 for 1. That's how it ended. Packs a punch, Tony Zizozi. And continues his sublime form from the Test series as well. There's a confirmation of end of power play.
That's what we call beating the leather, Aruj. And that's what we have witnessed. Captain for the first time edged. Who cares? It's a boundary for South Africa.
Yeah, he can only smile. Captain of Pakistan and the batsman as well. They can only smile. That is unlucky. Genuine edge, no slip. And you can understand why there's no slip. And because of the way South Africa have gone about their business. Had there been a slip there, probably would have gone down the throat off. And Naseem Shah behind cuts that one off.
It seems like he's psyching the bowler out. He was ready for the ball, which was pitched back of the length. And Naseem Shah came in the way. Otherwise, he timed it quite well.
Use of the feet, and the ball flies into the stands, maybe even over of the Pindi Cricket Stadium. What a strike from Zizozi.
Seems like he hit the ball in the orbit, and it kept going. It took off like A380, didn't it?
Wow, some shot. A use of the feet down the pitch and dancing shoes. But watch this ball sail 90 meters. He holds on. Does he in the end? Yeah, he holds on. A crowd like that. Has deliberately played up and over. That's done well. Extremely well from Syme Ayub. They'll surely have another look, but that is good work on the fence.
Excellent batting. And then a superb effort. Should I say stunning effort from Syme Ayub. Showing full commitment there. And nick of the time, he was able to stop that one. Yeah, another good over for South Africa. 15 already.
I think that's very good. Top effort from Syme Ayub. Saves 1. Last 2.5 over, South Africa have got 43. This over goes for 15. 1 to go. Will stay 15. Last 3 overs, 43 runs. South Africa, 7 overs done, 89 for 1. not the start Pakistan was looking for from their bowlers. They've all been belted around the park. South Africa, on the other hand, 89 for 1. Change of bowling. Mohammad Nawaz to bowl his slow left arm orthodox. Whether it's been pace or spin, the ball has travelled. The margin of error very slim on the surface. It'll be interesting to see the line that Mohammad Nawaz will employ. Starts off with a single. Right then, Bank Al Falah current account. With Bank Al Falah's 1100 plus branches, you can open your account nearest branch, enjoy various free services and earn Orbit rewards by maintaining or growing your balance. So plenty there. Get on and open your account with Bank Al Falah. He'll have to get back. He does get back. Ahmed Dazouzi will feel he missed out. It was short and wide.
Yeah, he tried to blast the ball. And that's why he wasn't able to find any timing. Good early call from the partner. Saved him. Yeah, the first delivery, Nawaz bowled, there was a grip for him. He bowled it slower. That's how he should be looking to bowl. Not like that. He darted the ball. Friendly delivery for the left-hander.
Now the left-hand, right-hand combination, 47 the partnership does for the 22 deliveries. The T20 has flooded the crowds in. You can already hear a buzz around the Pindi Cricket Stadium. And they spot themselves on the big screen as well. Wonderful scenes, great to watch. Right then, 1-1 from the first 3. Will be one more. So a bit of a subdued over for South Africa.
Need of the time for Pakistan. You know, these bowlers have to realize Reza Hendricks has relied on his back foot. We seldom saw him coming out of the crease. So it should impel the bowlers to bowl it slower and fuller. Ask him to use his front leg. He hasn't been asked to do so.
Gone! There it is, that's the second one. Yes, it will be signalled wide, but brilliant from Mohammad Nawaz.
Intelligent bowling. He knew the batsman is going to charge him because there was no boundary scored with the last 3 deliveries. Saw the left hand coming out and hurled it very wide. Neat work behind the stumps from Misman in his comeback game. Took the bails in no time. That was the wicket Pakistan needed at this moment to break the momentum, and it was Nawaz who did so. South Africa 93 for 2.
Dewald Brevis out into the middle, in at number 4, and a much needed breakthrough for Pakistan. Brevis, certain prospect. If you're being compared to the great A.B. de Villiers, you surely have some talent. And 192.7, that strike rate. Still early into his T20 international career, but went for top dollar at the SA20 auction for the upcoming season. And he's got a platform. He's certainly got a platform at 93 for 2.
Yeah, he's spoken highly of. He's rated, highly talented. Next best thing as far as South Africa is concerned. But he really struggled against the spinners in the Test series. And he's up against Nawaz, who is buoyed with that wicket with the last delivery of the left-hander. Nice one. Very well controlled over from Mohammad Nawaz.
Excellent over, just the 4 off it. And the important wicket of Tony De Zorzi, who was going at a fair clip. Slip in place as well. This is good from Pakistan. Off the mark through the covers for a couple of runs. Brevis. That'll be the end of the 8th. South Africa 95 for 2. A slightly slower, very wide, picked up Tony De Zorzi coming down the track earlier. And a nifty glove work behind as well from Usman. There's no coming back from there. Mohammad Nawaz just taking the pace off. Ahmed, you called it. Take the pace off. And if you see him charging through it wide, and worked.
Yeah, Abrar is going to bowl his second over. And he has to make sure he doesn't drag them back. And that's where he faltered with his first over, where he conceded 13 runs. Better start in this over.
I saw projected scores at the bottom of the screen. 233 if they keep going at 11.6. At Pindi, those are the numbers. Yes, the last T20 international played in Pindi was April 2024. The PSL here was heavy scoring. Ball flew to all parks. 212 was the average first inning score here in the 11 games played this season. And that's why a lot of teams choose to chase, because given the nature of the surface, it doesn't change much, stays very true, becomes slightly better even chasing. They back themselves to chase down to 20s, to 25s.
Yeah, better due around. The pitch freshens up in the second innings. Chasing becomes quite easy. That's in the air. But we'll find the fielder, Shaheen Shafri, the only one. Now a couple of good overs from the Pakistani bowlers. Been able to drag things slightly back. Not fully. They need to pick up a couple more wickets to be back in this game.
Bit of a chat between captain and Abrar, just maybe trying to relay information about the line he's looking to bowl and if the field complements it. Slightly slower, slightly wider. Now here's a pick of the bowlers from Pakistan in that Asia Cup. Yes, slightly slower surface, more conducive to spin in Dubai, where he kept the scoring rate down. No boundaries since the last 14 deliveries. Make that 15. This is good pressure. Good pressure from Pakistan. Well, there's never any pressure in there. It's a Tapal tea moment. Enjoy Pakistan's #1 tea brand in the Tapal Tea Lounge. Bit of chit-chat. Watch the cricket. Nice place to be. The weather also very nice here in Pindi. Up in the air and has the distance. Spoils the over with the maximum. Also brings up South Africa's 100. 9 done. It's 104 for 2.
Yeah, it's been 16 deliveries since we saw a boundary hit. And you had that feeling something is going to give. And how about that stroke? Fetching the ball from outside the off stump. It wasn't full enough. He was slightly shaping away and still managed to hit it from the middle of the bat. Some shot that from Brevis.
.28 and 26. The two 50s that South Africa scored them at. And they've certainly got a measure of the surface. 104 for 2. Lovely to see South African fans in the crowd cheering that last 6 from Brevis. Short and given the treatment. That is a poor delivery from Nawaz, and Reza Hendricks bounces.
Yeah, that is the length Reza Hendricks wants. It sits on the back foot waiting for those deliveries, and every time presented with an opportunity, he pounced. You got to pitch the ball up to him. Oh, with this delivery, Nawaz needs to be careful, because the batter is anticipating a fuller delivery now.
Fires it into the legs. South Africa have run well. They've only played 15 dot deliveries so far. The bulk of the scoring has come in the shape of 14 boundaries and 3 big sixes. Now Amir, Brevis on strike, just been handed a stat by Azim saying that he hits a boundary in international T20Is after every 3.6. So between 3 and 4 deliveries, he hit his 6 on the 4th ball. He'll be shortly due again. Oh, he's got him! The ball cannons into the stumps. Nawaz has to.
He has to wait another game for another game to hit a boundary. Brevis. Yeah, that is a peril. That is the peril. When you show aggression without any restraint, at times you falter. But how about that wicket for Pakistan? They were in desperate need of this wicket. The danger man is walking back after scoring 9, 109 for 3.
We'll also take time for drinks.
For South Africa, because we know that this kid can bat. Going across the line, the ball just stayed a bit low as well, so chancing his arm to that line from Nawaz is wicket to wicket generally, so really is a massive breakthrough for Pakistan. Matthew Bretsky is the newcomer, 11 matches, average of 16, 150. Young in terms of international experience. Can he continue with this Proteus flow? Hello, Vern.
Yeah, good evening, Rummies. Good evening to all the viewers. This is really impressive from Mohamed Nawaz. The key thing that he's doing in the spell, he's bringing those wickets into play. Something the bowlers before him didn't manage to do. And of course, if you're going to err on this surface, you are going to fetch.
He's after it, gets to the ball. You tend to run a little bit quicker when you're chasing your own ball after the delivery.
Yeah, and I'm sure if there's one person to know all about it, it'll be yourself, Rummies. Always a touch faster when you come back for two when it counts for yourself. It's your partner, you'd probably give it the big no.
Last ball of the 9.5, the 10th over. It's an excellent over from Nawaz, just keeping things nice and under check. 2 for 13 in 2 overs. Triple 1 for 3.
Yeah, we heard South Africa's captain at the start that they were offensive brand of play. They got off to an absolute flyer. Hendricks in the cock. Followed up with the Zorzi. But Pakistan, they strike back. It's important that they curb the momentum. And you just feel that last wicket
A bit off-putting if you're not really played under lights there in Pindi.
Yeah, and it's amazing what a bit of confidence does to you. Mohamed Nawaz, the bowler of the evening so far. This is exactly what it means to the team. Bit of excellence in the field, just to get everybody going again. The body language of the Pakistan team just dropped a little bit when their partners have formed.
Oh, that's a beauty. That ball jumped off the surface and turned as well, putting a doubt in the mind of the batsman, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a delivery that we've seen being utilised all too well. The Karen ball, at occasion, just a bit of purchase off the surface. Talk about that surface, Rummies. It was a touch on the dry side, so not surprised to see the spinners getting a bit of purchase.
Oh, that's gone all the way. That's gone. Is it? No, taken. It's Nawaz who's in business again. A short ball being put straight into the hands of the deep fielder, and so he's having an excellent evening, Nawaz. Not that man, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's amazing what a couple of tight overs does to the mindset of Metro Briotska. That's on the short side, but on this occasion, finding the man on a deep square fence. And these are wickets that Pakistan will greatly accept at this stage of the game. Briotska gone for 1, South Africa 1-1-2 for 4. Well, to the crews, the South African captain, Donovan Ferreira. Look at that strike rate. That is what he's known for, Rummies. He's a clean striker of the cricket ball, but the situation is crying out for a different style of play this evening. We have to form some sort of partnership with the in-man, which is Reza Hendricks. Yeah, it was short, it was there to be hit. High up on the bat, and an excellent catch by Mohamed Nawaz out in the deep.
75-yard fence all around, so helpful if you're a spinner. 2 runs, very nice calling. 2 fielders were getting around to pick that ball in the deep. It was a clear call for 2.
And it's so important to understand your partner on the other side when he's pushing for that second one. These two, they are excellent athletes. Reza Hendricks, Donovan Ferreira, they're going to run hard. They're going to put you under pressure in the field.
Nice bit of timing. End of the 11th, 116 for 4. A lot has happened in favor of Pakistan in the last 4 overs. South Africa have lost 3 wickets for just 27. And he's been the main architect of that derailing, Mohammad Nawaz. 2 overs and 2 wickets. And a very nice deep catch to go with those wonderful bowling analysis. I don't know whether there's an anchor's role in T20I, but Reza Hendricks has got to now make sure that he plays out the remaining overs. He's on 45 of 28. This was clearly missing the stumps down the leg side. More a cosmetic appeal than anything of seriousness. Well, it's a house full here, and so plenty of people can have this Vigotel selfie moment. And you can be on the big screen as well.
Yeah, I think just to your point, Rami's not so much an anchor role, but you also don't want to lose the intensity of which you're batting at. So perhaps keeping the ball on the surface for a little while, run hard, put those fielders under pressure, just to gain a bit of momentum back in your favour. Because you certainly feel the last 5 overs certainly belongs to Pakistan. That is certainly a lesson that this young man will have to take to heart. Watched him play in Namibia a couple of weeks ago, and he gave it away with a soft dismissal. South African captain, so you'd have learned from that. Understand the importance of starting out another partnership, because there's still plenty of time left in this contest.
I think it's about wickets in hand now for South Africa. 4 wickets down. You want to be in a healthy position in the last 5. So the next 2-3 overs are going to be critical. Must not lose Reza Hendricks.
And he'll understand the importance thereof. The senior player has been around for some time, Reza Hendricks. So we'll put a high value on his wicket, knowing that he wants to take this innings as deep as possible. Be there over 17, 18. Shot.
Operates with a lot of clarity, Mohammad Nawaz, as a bowler, and he's a floater with the bat as well. So you put him at number 3, anywhere from number 3 to number 6, 7. He's more likely to deliver the goods for you. Nicely bowled at different pace, and so another impressive over comes to an end. 119 for 4. It was extremely busy before the start of the game. A lot of people were walking into the stadium. A lot of interest in T20I series, and this is the last of the games here at Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. They've been gracious hosts during the test match as well. A lot of people came in. Wider angle could only give him a single, so momentum is kind of every.
Im Chaos gewaltiger Weltraumschlachten kann ich das Blatt wenden. Ich kontrolliere ultimative Macht. Doomsday ist bereit. Ein Knopfdruck. Grenzenlose Zerstörung. Nur in EVE Online.
You almost only have that new ball for 2 overs where it swings around. So why afford the opposition the opportunity to run away with it? You look at many of those boundary balls in the power play itself was all slower balls. You've been hit off a good length, you can live with it. But the minute you go to option B, and that's gone the distance, then you're under pressure as a bowler. So perhaps a learning curve for this Pakistan seamers, especially with that new ball. You have to make it talk.
His ball, a very good spell here. Right, bit of a mystery regarding what he bowls. The seam ball that got the better of the hitter, and then the one that jumped and spun. Nawaz, they're catching that one quite nicely. Right, we've got an EV car for you, Inverix Zeo. Performance, style or savings, everything at one place. Pakistan's most affordable and environmentally friendly Inverix Zeo. The perfect choice for you. Oh, there's another wide one and a toughie for the keeper. Another wide given. You can make out what he's trying to do is just wanting to stay away from the radar of the hitter, making sure that the body is not behind the shot, and he is stretching him to go over cover.
Yeah, in many ways, they've also studied Donovan Ferreira, knowing that his strength lies on the leg side, so they're trying to force him into that offside. This time a little straighter. But you talk about those two different options of deliveries, and they're very well disguised, because as a batsman, you're looking for visual clues. He doesn't afford you many, Saeem.
On 49, Reza Hendricks has played a good hand. Sweeps, it's in the air, away from the field, and 4, probably a 6, who knows. 50 comes up for Reza Hendricks. It's a boundary, his 18th in T20Is, 3rd versus Pakistan, and it has been a brilliant innings. Wickets have gone down from the other end, but he's stood firm and he's played a wonderful innings here.
Yeah, appreciated by his teammates. He's really been the anchor this evening. Once again, he gets himself over that half-century mark with an excellent innings here at Rawalpindi, but he himself would know that the job is not done. Well, 7 overs remaining, 33 balls it took him to get there. Only 6 balls, 6 dot balls. And that's what's key. Managed to rotate strike, run hard between the wickets, and when the boundary ball presents itself, take full advantage of it.
That's well left, actually, because it was always going to be a wide. So why even go after it?
We know what happened in the head of your batsman. Always tempted to go after it, even if it's a wide. Hey, Rummies.
Let's see what happens now. Still staying on that leg stump.
Yeah, we talk about this spell from Mohammad Nawaz. He's a smart cricketer, Rummies. Fortunately, I've had the opportunity of working with him in the 21 World Cup. Just the way that he thinks about the game, constantly, continuously wanting to improve. This evening, his team under pressure. What a spell this is so far. 2 for 18 in 3.1 deliveries.
The so many cricketers that are not really appreciated, and Nawaz, unfortunately, is one of them. Hello hair, shampoo. 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. Wow. Goes under the radar, Nawaz, unfortunately. Such a big performer. That's gone and will hit the fence. Such a good shot and great piece of placement. Obviously, the timing was great as well, but the placement was even better.
Yeah, this is the danger with operating. That's wide outside the off stump. You can see intentional from Donovan Ferreira. It's rocking back, picking up that length early, generating the pace. Excellent shot. Yeah, angry with himself because he knows that fielder has to be a lot squarer if he's going to operate on that line.
That fielder, Vernon, will never be in position when you're hit for a 4. You see bowlers complaining all the time, but that really was some hit. Beautiful shot. Just a glimpse so far. He's 9 of 10. What he can achieve in T20I is powerful striker. Strong shoulders, and he's timed the ball so well so far. Oh, wider at the stumps, quicker as well. Nawaz, he'll do that. Vary the bowling angles.
Given his runs as well, Rami, so perhaps a chance. Talk about bowlers moaning about fielders on the boundary. Yeah, can he close out the spell? It's an excellent spell for Mohammad Nawaz. 2 for 24, 1 ball remaining.
Three fielders clubbed together at point area. So, I don't know, Vern, looking at that field, is it going to be a quicker delivery or a slow one outside the off stump?
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to go full and quick. You can't afford any sort of width. Seeing those 3 fielders behind point. Well, perhaps point will be on point and 2 behind point. Talk about Mohammad Nawaz outfoxing batters. That was an excellent ball. Just holding it back a touch. Understanding that Brevis was going to come after him. That's the one thing they say, you can't buy that experience, Rami. So you'll have to be out there, experience it for yourself. This will be a free hit, though, because it was a no ball. Where's he going? Oh, I tell you what, you'd feel that he's missed out there, Reza Hendricks.
It's been such a good spell that even a free hit doesn't really go over the fence. But his speed variations are outstanding. 89, 86. And we're talking about speeds in this over 88, 83. Ball at over 90 kilometers per hour as well. So terrific variations from Mohammad Nawaz. 2 for 26, last ball of his spell. Bowls him, it's another one. He's picked up 3. That was straighter, it skidded off the surface, attempting the hard length. Not a lot of spin on that one, but he's been in such great form and in that mood that he's toppling the opposition over with guile and precision.
Yeah, you make mention of the speed variation. And I can bet you this evening that that man in picture, he was always going to be the man for Pakistan. Well, he got rid of the South African captain, Donovan Ferreira. South Africa 139 for 5.
Last time when he played against Pakistan in South Africa, he was very, very special. Produced match-winning performances. George Linde, left-arm spinner, and can bat properly as well. And I think his job has got to be, Vern, to get a partnership rolling and stop Pakistan from rolling South Africa over completely.
Yeah, he's a destructive hitter, but again, highlighting the importance of just forming a partnership. Donovan Ferreira perhaps looking too square, the length not there that he was after. But wow, what a spell from Mohammad Nawaz. 3 for this evening, 3 for 26 in 4. And where Pakistan were at the halfway mark, he's given his team an opportunity to have another look at the victory here this evening.
Very special. It's a full house, and he must have enjoyed this. Bowlers get roasted here in Rawalpindi, but here is Mohammad Nawaz with a special spell. Highest scoring ground, second highest high-scoring ground venue in T20Is in the world.
I think I mentioned it to you, Rami, that just before the start of play, having been out there, having a look at the surface, there's quite a few cracks on that particular surface. And the way Pakistan has gone about with that new ball, they'll be slightly disappointed. So, although the average score here being 2-on-2, I do feel that this surface doesn't warrant that 2-on-2 figure this evening.
250?
Steady on, huh? The bowlers still need to sleep this evening.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Few have stayed low, few have jumped. But when you're consumed in trying to stop the 4s and the 6s, you lose the side of bowling out opposition. Wanted to get that advantage by picking up wickets. And you see the advantage straight away. If you look at Mohammad Nawaz, what he's produced, it has slowed down South Africa. And now, suddenly, we're looking at a score less than 200.
Yeah, I always look at what's going to make me effective on particular surfaces. And when I know I'm going to play on a high-scoring venue, there's 2 modes of dismissals that you want to bring in play, and that is bowled and LBW. You do not want to leave the stumps that often. I think if you have to summarize the way Pakistan has gone in at power play, that's where they were at fault. Excellent running once again. Well, at the end of 15, South Africa 145 for 5.
Last 5 overs in the first innings, South Africa 145 for 5. George Linde fresh to the crease. Nawaz, phenomenal spell, 3 for 26. Varied his pace, predominantly kept it within the 4 to 6 meter mark at the good length area, and more importantly, targeted the stumps. The wide one was the slow flighted one to get rid of Tony Dizorzi. That's beauty. That is an absolute stunner from Abrar. He's been a touch expensive in his first couple. And hope he can pick up from where Nawaz is left off. JP Duminy alongside. Vern mentioned a really good point about the running between the wickets. Yes, they've picked up a lot of boundaries, but a feature of this innings also has been the lesser number of dot balls South Africa has played in between the boundaries. So they've looked for the 1s and 2s every time the boundary hasn't been available, and that is meant that they've only played 27 dot deliveries so far. Right then, and this is for Pakistan fans. Yeah, Pakistan, Hamdard Pakistan making moments flavorful, introducing 12 new recipe mixes. Food products at the finest. JP, you've picked up a few?
Yeah, it's been an interesting time for South Africa against spin. 94 for 5 in the allotted. Well, we're going into the 12th over of spin in this innings already.
There's been a different change of ploy from Pakistan. The spinners have bowled it slightly slower and they've kept it outside the batting arc, floated it outside the off stump. And Nawaz was the first to do so. Abrar now following suit. That has meant they've strung together a few good overs, which has also meant they've picked up a few wickets, just holding South Africa back.
Yeah, he mentioned the hallmark of this innings thus far. One of them at least has really been the running between the wickets. And conversely, you spoke about dot balls. It's in the last 2 years, this is where Pakistan have fallen short, isn't it? 39% of the deliveries have been dot balls. So that's certainly something, particularly in this innings, when you're going to have to chase a score down. You're going to make sure that there's good running between the wickets, limited dot balls, and making sure you're stringing together good partnerships. From South Africa's point of view, well, started off well, 89 for 1 after 7 overs, so momentum was certainly with them. Right again, and certainly brought it back beautifully of Pakistan. You were on the pitch a little bit earlier before the game, and you spoke about this pitch generally being north of 200 in terms of runs on the board. I feel South Africa have to finish off really well to get close to that.
Will pick up 1 to end the over. And 7 of Abrar's third, 16 done, it's 152 for 5. And 5 wickets and all to the spin. Best figures for Nawaz at home. 3 for 26, a couple to Saim. Balls, to be precise, 9 of them. That is also something Pakistan will have to look at, going with the 1 no ball earlier on in the piece. JP, you mentioned the dot ball dilemma that Pakistan has faced, and oddly enough, up until 2022, the dot ball percentage for Pakistan was 34%. It's risen since. Slashes hard, the width not in favor of Shaheen Shah Afridi, flies over third for 4.
Clear intention from Shaheen Shah Afridi to hit that wide line. Doesn't quite get the length, and provides an opportunity for George Linder. Thick outside edge, and the field positioning currently allows a gap just over that third man region. And welcome boundary for South Africa. Bit of momentum in the over.
Oh, wow. Absolutely belted through the offside. My goodness. He packs a punch, George Linder. Back-to-back boundaries.
How good is that sound off the bat from George Linder? Has the great ability to really take it to bowling attacks if given an opportunity. Change in field now. Shane Afridi unfortunately hasn't executed. And deep point comes into the ring. And Woodruff drops on the boundary.
Makes matters worse. Not the line, not the length either. Too much width on offer. And he goes 3 on the bounce now.
Yeah, trio of boundaries for George Linder. And we spoke earlier in the power play about change of pace being a critical piece in the back end of this innings. Unfortunately, it's the line that is disappointing here for Shane Afridi. He changes the field, he brings up the offside, but unfortunately still errs on the wide line and frees George Linder's arms.
So field remains the same. Shaheen Shah Afridi just ushering the 2 men top right of your screen to go in finer. That's better. You spoke about line. It has to be closer in line with the stumps, not allowing the batter to free his arms. Both occasion width. There it is, wide, too far wide. Once again, width on offer. The line not there either. This one again pulls the length back. Width is still there, especially after the change of field. 13 of the first 4. Shaheen will be looking to close this over out without conceding another boundary. Even better if he can get Pakistan a breakthrough. A strike. Oh, he's put it down. A miss hit straight to Babar Azam, and to make matters worse, that is the 4th boundary of the over.
How costly will this be for Babar Azam and Pakistan? Momentum with South Africa, gets his 4th boundary. Fortunate for George Linder. They feel that he will be disappointed with the fact the delivery was there to hit it out the ground, gets it on the toe. But fortunately put down from a South African point of view.
Very close to the wide line, but does get 1 to end the over. Excellent over for South Africa. 18 off it, 17 done, 170 for 5.
Yeah, most expensive over of the innings thus far for Pakistan. An opportunity gone to begging. Momentum created by South Africa. An opportunity to get the 6th wicket. Goes a begging for them.
They've done really well, South Africa. Plenty of high rises there. 9 out of the 17 overs so far have gone for 10 or more. The last over, the 17th, went for 18. The most expensive over so far, which means a change of bowling. Now Abrar to bowl his 4th. He hasn't picked up a wicket tonight. That's skied. That's off the toe, but does have the distance also. Once again, the ball flies over the boundary. Make that 4 sixes so far.
George Linder can certainly be a match winner in this format. And in the space of 7 deliveries has really changed the complexity of this game. 18 runs in the previous over and 6 already. We spoke earlier about 200 mark being a great anchor from a South African point of view, and well on their way.
At 205 is what they've projected at. the way Linda teed off. Hendricks there at 60, 37 of 20 to the partnership. They can afford to look north of that as well. And that's not going to help. That's really poor from Pakistan. 10 wides now to go with the 1-no ball. You can see a few teapots out there for Pakistan. They want to reel this back in. Change of pace. All right. Lovely. Because it's a Fikr-free moment. You can download that app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. Ah, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's not for the home side, unfortunately.
The look of South Africa being in control. Oh, and that's a wicket. It's the breakthrough that Pakistan were after. And Reza Hendricks has played a vital hand in this innings thus far. And he comes to an end.
Yeah, was there from the very get-go. And just a swipe into too far square, you'd imagine, for Reza Hendricks. Slightly fuller as well from Abrar. And he picks up his first for tonight. Not after damage was done by Reza Hendricks. It's a very good knock, that of 60 or 40. South Africa lose their sixth for 178. Corbin Bosch out there at number 8. Off the mark straight away.
Yeah, at times we've seen some variable bounce on the surface, a few cracks. And yeah, an option that has been really successful up until that point for Reza Hendricks. The ability to pick up length well is really successful with a sweep shot as well. What innings he's played.
A call for 2, running exceptional once again. Comfortable in the end. India now 32 of 17. Abrar is over also, in spite the wicket has gone for 11. One more ball left in his spell. He's been expensive, really expensive tonight. 40. Just the one wicket. A floater. And Nawaz does well. Fahim rather at the boundary. So Abrar closed an expensive spell out tonight. 4 overs, 42 for 1, 18 done. South Africa, 183 for 6. .183 for 6. Top scorer Reza Hendricks. And he was supported through and through. Peacock and Dizosi both got starts, but they were blistering. Really good knocks to provide all the impetus up the order. Can South Africa get 200? Change of pace. That's what's worked tonight, JP. The change of pace, a slow one into the surface of a length. And just keeping it away from the batting arc. It's been a difficult one to score the boundaries off.
Yeah, it's really about your delivery trying to match your field, and I think that's at times where Pakistan have fallen short. Shaheen Shah Afridi, we've seen that, bowling wide, unfortunately hasn't executed. Yeah, great shot. Finds the middle of the bat. Easy to get the boundary. And good bit of fielding by Babar Azam. We spoke about trying to stay outside of George Linder's arc, but still manages to find the middle of the bat.
Yeah, hitting it horizontal back past the bowler. Almost caught his partner by surprise. Babar does well. Gets a hand to reel it back into Shaheen Shah Afridi. They pick up a couple of runs. Excellent from Naseem Shah. Change of pace into the surface. Almost that spongy bounce. It's a Tapal, a tea moment once again. Plenty of smiles always. Fans enjoying Pakistan's finest. #1 tea brand. Right then, fine and third up in the ring. He goes for the slower change of pace again. Maybe the ramp up and over behind the keeper on. Thought of it as a second thought though. That's probably why Linder does not connect.
Yeah, you can't say this is a strength of George Linder. He's generally known for playing the ball down the ground and his big hits. Got to give credit to Naseem Shah. Understands the conditions, understanding what is difficult to play. Coming towards the end of the innings, really about minimizing risk for Pakistan. I feel that spin has really dominated for sure for Pakistan. But how do you carry momentum into that batting innings is important.
Cleans him up. Full straight. You miss, I hit, says Naseem Shah. And that was on with pace as well. Closes the curtain on a good knock from George Linder.
Yeah, you have to recognize it's the first two deliveries that really gets into George Linder's head. Trying to understand what is the delivery that Naseem Shah is going to bowl. He's bowled two cutters, the previous two. Not sure, doesn't fully commit to it. Full and straight is the call from Naseem Shah. And you miss, I hit. Great hand by George Linder. He goes for 36. South Africa, 186 for 7.
Lizard Williams in to face the final delivery from Naseem Shah. Swivels round the corner, clean-up job at the fence. Called for two from the onset and runs well. Excellent over from Naseem Shah. Picks up a wicket. 1 over left in the piece, 188 for 7.
Talk about changing momentum. Just 5 runs from it, and the Naseem Shah over the 19th over. And you feel this is where South Africa tried to dominate. Until that point, they were going well. Yes, the loss of Reza Hendricks, but George Linder certainly played his hand.
Overs, 188 for 7. Excellent over from Naseem Shah. Only the 5 runs and picking up the important wicket of George Linder. To close proceedings out, Shaheen Shah Afridi. He's gone for a fair few tonight, 39 of his 3. Fielder inside the ring doesn't get a hand. Fielder outside the ring doesn't get a hand. Corbin Bosch hits the boundary on the very first delivery. South Africa 192 now.
Yeah, Pakistan will feel a little bit disappointed here. Field certainly suggests that he's going to bowl the wider line. And Corbin Bosch, well, he gets enough of it to find the gap. Valiant effort on the boundary.
Straightens up into the leg side for 1. And the order of the day was to bowl with variations in pace. It'll be interesting to see the difference between the quickest and the slowest. So relatively slow are the slow ones. Significant drop in pace. Dropping down to 107, 108, close to 135, 136. Now pace on has travelled tonight. Pace on hasn't travelled when the line and length has been spot on, and that's where Pakistan's been wayward. Every now and then they strung together a few good dot deliveries, and in there's been a boundary opportunity which South Africa have pounced on.
I certainly think in South Africa's camp, they're looking at this score, 184 for 7 at this point. There's still something in the surface, isn't there? If you're able to hit the stumps more often than not, use your variations well, and I'm pretty sure that will be the conversation from the batters that were out there in the middle. What are the most difficult deliveries to face? That's a big hit. Does he get enough of it? No, he doesn't. So in the end, Shaheen Shah Afridi has the last say against Corbin Bosch.
And bags his first for tonight. Shaheen Shah Afridi, 120 clicks, rolls his fingers, the slow one into the surface, and gets high on Corbin Bosch's bat as well. Fahim Shah with a simple take on the fence. South Africa now 8 down, couple of deliveries left in the first innings. Bosch goes for 7. Excellent delivery to the new batter in, Andre Berger. 1 delivery now left, 194 for 8. That's why he's here, the slow one into the surface, working for Shaheen Shah Afridi. Right then. Final delivery, final legal delivery in this first innings. Get back, get in. Does well, Usman Khan in the end. Plenty of action to close the first innings out, which also means there is a run out. South Africa will end on 194 for 9. And just imagine the last 5 overs have done well for Pakistan. Last couple of overs, 11 runs.